Respected Vice Chancellor of Nitte deemed University and the resource person, Mr. Ullas Kamath, Registrar, Principal of Pharmacy, respected members and participants of this motivation session. We have assembled here to hear a successful entrepreneur as person from Mangalore region, presently a joint managing director of Jyoti Laboratories, and more than that, he is also the chairman of the Government of Karnataka's Vision Group for the establishment of fast-moving consumer goods manufacturing units in Dharwad district, a strong pillar of World Konkani Center of Mangalore, and several other achievements are there, which our coordinator, Mr. Sastri, will be telling us, and Registrar of Nitte deemed University, and all of you, I welcome on behalf of the Nitte deemed University Institute Innovation Council for this motivation session from a successful entrepreneur in the form of Mr. Ullas Kamath. So I must thank on behalf of the university Mr. Ullas Kamath for having agreed to spare an hour to talk to us on his roadmap for a successful journey to rise to the top of this organization. Sir, I welcome and I should thank you on behalf of the university. I thank our Vice Chancellor, Registrar, on all senior officials for helping the Institute Innovation Council to organize today's motivational talk by Mr. Ullas Kamath. Now I request our principal of our pharmacy college, Mr. Sastri, Dr. Sastri, to briefly introduce Mr. Ullas Kamath, the resource person for this motivation session. Mr. Sastri. Dr. Sastri, please. I'm sorry, Dr. Sastri's connection is I request our Vice Chancellor, Dr. Satish Kumar Bandari, to give the introductory remarks. Then, before his talk, we'll introduce Mr. Ullas Kamath.
Very good morning, Mr. Ullas Kamath, guest for the day, the convener of this program, Professor Sriniketan, and coordinator for this program, Professor C.S. Shastri, Registrar Alka Kulkarni and Professor Muditaya, the Pro Vice Chancellor, and all my other colleagues from the university and faculty of Nitte University and students and all the participants in this motivation talk. I'm extremely happy to be part of this talk organized by Institutional Innovation Council of the university, which was started recently under the leadership of the president of this council is Professor Sriniketan, and I congratulate him and his team for organizing this motivational talk, how to be a successful entrepreneur. And it's very appropriate that we have selected one of the most successful entrepreneur of our state, son of the soil, charming person, none other than Mr. Ullas Kamath. He is one of the joint managing director, the fastest growing consumer goods company of the country. And we are really proud that he hails from our district. I believe this company, I think all of you must be very familiar because of the one brand, Ujala, which is the household name in the country. I was told almost 60% of the household are using Ujala as the fabric whitener in the country, and really again proud of the achievement of Jyoti Laboratories. As you all know, university have got not only the responsibility of creating knowledge society, we got also the responsibility of converting this knowledge into skills, skills into wisdom, wisdom into innovation and entrepreneurship. Today's research and innovation has become as it's an integral part of our higher education. And if you trace the roots of this culture, can be traced back to early part of 19th century in Germany, where the University of Berlin came to existence with the scientific research at its core, and that dramatically changed the economy of the country. And you know how the country, Germany, became a very powerful industrialized nation after that. Unfortunately, in our country, this culture is slowly picking up. Initially, we are lagging behind. University didn't take it very seriously, particularly innovation, research, and entrepreneurship. Luckily, the recently pronounced new education policy formulated by under the leadership of Prime Minister, Honorable Prime Minister, and formulated by Dr. Kasturi Rangan, has identified this gap and envisioned actually a comprehensive approach to develop research mindset among the students from school to higher education, and suggested some regulatory changes that encourages an environment of research and innovation in the universities. Creativity is the ability to develop new ideas and discover new ways looking at problems and opportunities. Innovation is the ability to apply these creative solutions to those problems in order to enhance the people's lives and to enrich the society. Entrepreneurs are those who marry their creative ideas with purposeful action and structure it into a business model. The biggest barrier, according to me, for innovation and creativity, and I know that Ullas Kamath also agree with me, is fearing looking foolish and fearful of mistakes and failures. To become a successful entrepreneur, one must have tenacity of purpose, passion, vision, self-belief, and flexibility. Entrepreneurs are goal-oriented and determined to make their business successful and committed and not easily get defeated. They are willing to take risks and have their unbinding faith that they will ultimately triumph, and willing to listen and learn, have communication skills. They are natural learners with the ability to motivate, and influence the people around them. They are inherently creative, able to come up with the ingenious ideas, but also turn those ideas into profits. They are passionate and always full of positivity and genuinely love their job and willing to put their extra hours to make their business to grow. Entrepreneurship are born to certain extent, but research, whatever studies have shown that it may be just 40% what is born or character which is they inherited by birth, but 60% of these qualities are made or cultivated, meaning one can acquire or they can be trained in these skills by external stimulation. Entrepreneurship has more to do with attitude, perseverance, and focus. Today we have Mr. Ullas Kamath, who is a qualified chartered accountant, but endowed with most of these qualities as an entrepreneur should have, and also has become very successful entrepreneur. You can see the growth of the Jyoti Laboratories. The Jyoti Laboratories has grown from a small private limited company to more than 1,500 crore worth. Listed now is a listed public company, and I was going to his biodata. His skills can be appreciated by looking at how he could convert Henkel, which is a loss-making company, and create a turnaround, and now it is making huge profits. I congratulate once again Ullas Kamath for his entrepreneurial skills. I thank him for accepting our invitation to be part of this motivational talk. I hope all the participants, particularly our younger colleagues and the students, will be benefited by this inspiration talk which has been organized by the Innovation Council. I hope all of you will enjoy it, and I hope a great, enjoyable, cheerful day to all of you. Wish you all the best, and thank you, Ullas Kamath, once again.
Thank you, sir, for your introductory remarks on entrepreneurship and entrepreneurs' challenges.
Thank you very much.
Now it's my pleasant duty to introduce a great man. Of course, Mr. Ullas Kamath is a person from this Mangalore area, so he does not require much of introduction to our faculty and students. But he is a qualified chartered accountant. He is a qualified company secretary. He is a qualified in law and whatnot. He is more than that. He is also attended several advanced management programs in Harvard, Batman, and so on. In addition to this, his growth in the company, Jyoti Laboratory, has been documented well. That is what we want him to speak to. And one thing I will try to, as I went through his biodata, he was instrumental in bringing this fabric spa and also successful in acquiring Henkel, a German company. This foreign company acquisition by Indian company is not so easy, it seems. It requires a lot of legal, it requires a lot of financial thing because it is a foreign company to be acquired by an Indian company. It is not so easy, but a person who had a law, who had a management perspective with all chartered accountancy and company secretaryship, that's what they write. He went to his boss, Mr. Ramchandran, CMD, and told him how to fix a price for all these things. He said, you calculate. He, with his own accountancy, calculated and gave a figure to Ramchandran. He simply doubled it, seems. And they let them not take it because Indian company is doing loss. And that is how the caliber of Mr. Ullas Kamath was shown in acquiring this German company. And for that, he has been awarded CA Chartered Accountant Business Achiever Award in the SME category by ICAI twice. I am very, very glad today that Mr. Ullas Kamath also has agreed that to be a member of our institution Innovation Council of Nitte University. Recently, he was with us and he inaugurated Family Business Center at Atal Incubation Center at Nitte. I hope this motivation session, the talk by Mr. Ullas Kamath, will create interest among our faculty. Sir, to inform you that this Nitte Deemed University is embarking on a policy framework for allowing our faculty and students to establish company, incubate them so that this ecosystem of entrepreneurship is created in the university. I think with your motivation talk today, more number of faculty and students will come forward to take forward their dreams or ideas to prototype and equipment. So once again, I take pleasure in welcoming you to this Nitte University Institution Innovation Council talk on this motivation session. Thank you, sir. I request you to please talk to our faculty and students.
Thank you very much for the introduction. I take this opportunity to thank Professor Satish Kumar Bandari, Vice Chancellor Nitte, Dr. Sriniketan, Director, Technical Research and President of IIC Nitte, and also Professor C.S. Shastri. And also, I thank Pro Vice Chancellor and Registrar for giving me this opportunity to talk to the teacher, the students, and my friends. The topic today is how to become a successful entrepreneur. Uh, our Vice Chancellor already has told that 40% is there in you, and 60% you need to work very hard to become an entrepreneur. And once you become an entrepreneur, either you are a successful or you are a failure. But unless you become an entrepreneur, you will not be able to make out whether you have been successful or not. Definitely, I completely agree in whatever our VC has told, and he has told it in a right way, and the spirit and the passion is what is required to become a good entrepreneur. I'll divide this today's talk maybe into three parts, 10 minutes each. 10%, I mean, the first 10 minutes I'll talk about myself, what, where, from where I've come, and what I've done, and why I did this. And probably the second 10 minutes, I talk about what is that entrepreneur should have and should not have. And the last 10 minutes, probably I'll give some ideas that where are we in India today, and whether it is good to become an entrepreneur or not good to be an entrepreneur. And then I'll take questions, if any, after that. And whoever wants to ask question, probably they can put their questions in the chat. And if somebody can summarize that, and if they can ask me the question, probably Professor Sriniketan can ask that question and answer that. And I have earmarked maybe next 45 minutes or 1 hour for this talk. So let me start beginning that Ullas Kamath, what you see today is like any of you, like born to a low middle class family, and I'm the fifth child. And father was working with government of Karnataka as a surveyor. So seven member family. It's not easy to do what you wish to do, with one person's salary and seven people depending on that is very, very difficult. And I'm sure all of you will understand that. And being the least, people don't even know whether you're at home or you're not at home, because there are so many people in a single bedroom house, and one person is not there at home. It doesn't matter. So most of the times, I used to be leaving early home and coming late in the evening, and meeting all the friends and playing outside. And most of the times I've stayed at my friend's house, and probably I'll have come home the next day to change the clothes. That is the kind of person I was. Very, very observant, and always punctual in the school or college, and I never missed a class. I don't remember having missed a class at any point in time ever in my life. And I never bunked any class. I have not skipped any exams, and I don't remember having come probably the second or third in the class. So it's always you want to be the first and you want to be the best, and the best in class badge is the one which I aspired for. And as far as the initial learnings were is from my mother, and she must have passed third or fourth standard, but all her five children, she has produced three PhDs, and I'm the least educated at home. And always she used to tell that come first in class, the school will pay the fees. Come first in the university will pay the fees, and the only thing which I can help you to do is I can feed three times a day. Rest of the things you people have to do, and have good friends, and study well and do well is what she said. And we just followed whatever she taught us, because with that wisdom, and we always tried to stand first in class in whichever the exams we did, we wrote. Having said that, as a child, yes, my dream was to eat one full apple. My dream was to have one cone ice cream, which I couldn't afford, which as a family we couldn't afford, and I didn't get when I wanted it. And I always wanted to have more money because wherever, whatever you see, end of the day, it was stopping at money. Going outside, going for with the friends for picnic, and like buying bat, ball, football. I have now been into any sports because you need money to buy a bat or a ball. So I was always going till there, and I used to stop that. Okay, it requires money, and I never went for any excursion. I never went for any picnic, and no holidays. And only holiday is that probably when somebody gets married in our native place and go there and stay there for a week and come back, and that's the only holidays what we have seen. That concept only was not there, probably in most of the low middle class families. So I knew that money is very important, and my primary motive was to have money, enough money, so that I can fulfill my dreams of probably, eating what I want and to go where I want to go. And till final year BCom, like even for examination, I used to wear my elder sister's watch and lady's watch. It's not easy to wear that for exams, but I used to tell my friends that is a lucky watch. That's what I'm wearing. The my own watch, probably I got it after qualifying as a chartered accountant, and my own dresses, probably got it after becoming a chartered accountant, not before that. And I used to wear the clothes of my cousins and relatives and friends, and anything is okay with me. So having coming from that background, you need to be able to appreciate that there's a lot of urge to do something big in life. There are a lot of things to do meaningfully, and definitely you want to earn more money. And I joined for a CA course because most of the people are saying me that if you become CA, you become rich. And I'm still trying to understand how did the people realize that you become a CA, you become rich. And you become a CA, you become a CA. That's all. But that is the reason I went in for my CA profession, and I did practice for some time. And in 1991, I joined Jyoti Labs. So as a child, I was always a go-getter. I wanted to achieve what I want to achieve, and to an extent that there is nothing that I could miss as a student in the school. And I always believed in Matu Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava, and Atithi was not there in my list, but these three were very, very important for me. And every teacher's name I remember even now, and most of the teachers, as long as they're alive, I was in touch with them. To that extent, for me, learning is very important, and always learning is what makes you what you are. And at some point in time, people stop learning, thinking that they know everything, or they think that they don't have to know now, or they think that they don't have the time, or they think that, what do I do with the extra learning? But for me, learning is a continuous, and I never stopped learning. And after qualifying as a chartered accountant, I then did my company secretary, then I did my law, and then went for advanced management program to Wharton Business School in US in 2004. And 2008, I went for advanced management program at Harvard Business School in 2008. And 2012 to 14, 17 months, I was with London School of Economics doing my global masters in management. So when I was writing my MSc in Global Masters Management in London School of Economics, I was 50-year-old, and my son was writing his 10th standard. So we were doing our joint studies together, probably in different rooms, but we were writing at the same time. One is writing for his MSc, other one is writing for his 10th standard. Why I'm stressing that is you need to be learning all the time. Education is very, very important to do anything you want to do in life. And education is a good investment, is a big investment, but it is an investment wherein you get a return of investment rest of your life. And people will always want to know that where did you learn from and how did you get it from. For that, you need to have a formal education, and things keeps changing, but you need to change with the time. But you need, if you want to compete with the youngsters, you need to study or do the same thing what they have done. Otherwise, they think that, like you have written in 1983, what is the big deal about it? Oh, you have qualified in 1986, what is the big deal about it? Today things have changed. But as long as you keep reading, understanding, learning, and writing exams also, then you know that you're not competing with them, but your competence is not no less than their competence. So education is very, very important. Uh, So that's what Ullas Kamath is all about. And why I chose to join Jyoti Labs is the purpose of working and purpose of living has to, like somewhere has to match. And that's what Professor Sadish Kumar Bhandari sir was saying, that you need to know why are you working. And the purpose is very important. For me, purpose is need to be happy. I need everybody to be happy around me, and I always felt that creating a job is the best thing what you can do, so that they will lead their livelihood based on the job what you create. And when I met this Mr. MP Ramachandran, the founder chairman of Jyoti Labs in 1990, I found him very very interesting person, ground to like completely grounded. And I went there to get the distributorship for one of my friend in Bangalore, and I met him in Guruvayur, the hometown of chairman. And the way how he spoke to me, the way how he interacted with me, and also being a chartered accountant, I was able to analyze the numbers, what the company was doing, and I felt that a lot can be done. And he gave me the distributorship. I became a distributor along with my friend, and from 1991, I joined the company to start this factory in Pondicherry. When I joined the company, it was 6 crore top line with about 60 plus employees with one factory. And today, when I look back, we have 27 factories now and over 6,000 employees, and over 2,000 crore in gross sales. So it's a beautiful journey of the last 30 years, and I've been a part of this company to fulfill the dream of every individual in this company. And this company, I always call it as enterprise of entrepreneurs. And every person, if you see in Jyoti Labs, are like me. They have high passion. They want to do something big in their life. And some people are highly educated. Some people are not that educated. But everybody have that passion to do something big in their life. And we are helping them to do that. And I always felt, along with my chairman, that you need to create a job for a person who is in need of job than a person, like who is qualified to get that job. Because end of the day, difference between a person who needs the job and who is qualified to get that job, and the person who is qualified, he will anyway get a job in anywhere he goes. But the person who is in need of job, you create a job, will stay with you the rest of life. So in our company, the attrition, is around 3-4%, and sometimes it goes above 10-15% when they get a great offer from other companies, and we relieve them, because at the end of the day, when one person leaves, you can always hire two people in the same job. So to that extent, for us at Jyoti Labs, creating the jobs is very very important. And that's the way how we are done. And probably ours is the only company in this country wherein some of our factories have more than 90% women employees. So overall, women and men in the company is about 45-55, and entire sales is driven by men, but offices about 50% are women, and the factories, some factories are up to 95, but most of the factories are above 50% of women. And all our factories are in rural India. And when you keep the factories in rural India, you are closer to the Mother Earth, and you are closer to nature. And when you create the job for the people in rural India, it will be their, most of the time it will be their first job, and they stay with the company till they retire. And our first batch of our employees who have joined, they started retiring 4 years back. It is every year now 20-30 people are retiring from the company. It makes you to feel nice that people who have joined your company served for 25, 28, 30 years, and they're getting relieved, like as a retiree, and it makes you to feel very nice. So for an entrepreneur, important is that the purpose of working as long as you are doing what makes you to work hard, what makes you to work that's what you need to be doing in your life. And that's what an entrepreneur always aspired for. Initially, you start a business for your survival, then you start running the company for other survival. Probably when we start young, it is for our survival of one family or two family, but today it is a survival of 6,000 families is what it makes you to work hard. And every month when you give the salary checks, then you feel that much more happy that, okay, so many thousands of people are getting the salary from the company, and the company in a position to take care of them and their needs. And some of our employees, like who was joined 20 years back, 25 years back, one of my our Pondicherry factory's gardener's daughter, when she gets the MBBS seat on merit in Chennai, Madras Medical College, you feel very, very proud about that. And even now, he is doing the gardening job. He is not retired yet, but his daughter is getting an admission through merit in Chennai. Makes you to feel that proud. When our driver in Bombay, his son is a chartered accountant, and then you feel nice that, okay, generation next is doing so well. And I can give you hundreds of instances like that, that their children are doing so well. So we know that we are one of the reason why to transform, how to transform their next generation. This all comes under entrepreneur, his mindset. You feel happy, you should identify, and the growth is company's growth is their growth, and they grow, the company grows. They always depend on their employees to take the company to the next level. So, as Ullas Kamath, for me, education, either you can go for employment or you can become an entrepreneur, but you need to be certain in your mind what you want to become. It is not necessary that joining an employment you cannot become an entrepreneur. The difference, I always say, the difference between an entrepreneur and employee is very, very simple. An employee will go to the office to go back home. An entrepreneur is a person who goes home to go back to the office. Generally, entrepreneur will is the last person to go home and first person to leave home. Whereas employees think that 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours, extra time, overtime. Oh, I'm being tired. Look for the weekend, look for the holidays, look for the wedding, and look for the continuous holidays. And this is all employee mindset. And if you have a mindset like that, never ever even dream of becoming an entrepreneur. You won't become. Entrepreneur feels sad if Monday is a holiday, a national holiday, and Tuesday is other national holiday. He feels very happy, sad because he thinks that, oh, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday gone. Now 4 days countries is gone. But employee feel very happy. Oh, this time this national holiday is coming on Tuesday, so if I apply leave on Monday, so I get 4 days holiday. So if your mindset is like that, you're a good employee material. I don't have any problems with being an employee for anybody, but then you cannot dream of becoming an entrepreneur. Entrepreneur is a person who will never have self doubt in him. Self doubt you will have when you have fear of failure. And please do not have fear of failure in life. You have come empty handed, you will go empty handed. You have come alone, you go alone. And everybody will question you if you fail. And everybody will praise you if you succeed. But effort is a must. And if you know how not to fail, then it's easier to achieve the success. But to learn that, you need to know how to fail fast. So fail early, learn early, and get up. And if you fall, get up and start running. Then you will reach the destination. Maybe a little late, but you will always reach the destination. My advice to all of you is that never have self doubt in yourself. Everything you need to do a good homework, whatever you want to do, when you want to do, how do you want to do, what you don't know, what you know it's fine, what you don't know you learn, or you have some people to help you in that. And yeah, you prepare for the worst and hope for the best. Then there is no disappointment. So you need to know that if all goes well, this is what I'm going to do, and if something goes wrong, this is a way how I'm going to correct it. But never give up. The people who give up, they fail in life. It's not just a failure in entrepreneurship. You always have a dream which is not met, and when you look back, other successful people, you start telling them, okay, even I wanted to do, but I didn't do it. I wanted to do, I failed. I didn't wanted to do, I gave up. All these things will be there rest of your life. Don't be in that vulnerable situation. Don't be in that helpless situation. So to become a successful entrepreneur, you need to have, as I said, that a good education, it's a must. Yeah, and you need to marry the education with the industry and a bit of spirituality. And I'll tell you why. Education will tell you what it means, like with theory and some practical knowledge, you get to know what that problem or that solution means, and what the data, how you to analyze all those things will help you. Yeah, but industry will tell you, like how a truck looks like, how to load a truck, how to unload a truck, how to manufacture. While you understand the fixed and variable expenses in theory, but when you run a factory, you will know exactly what is the fixed expenditure, why we call it as a fixed, and why it's variable expenses, and what is the contribution, and what's the break-even point in the money terms. So to that extent, you will exactly know how to get that industry perspective, which is very important. So you understand the education first, and what is what I know, like about the cost benefit analysis, and then you try to implement that in an industry perspective, and start your enterprise. And why spirituality is, you need to know why are you doing this. You need to know why are you working that 4 hours extra. You need to know why you are like obsessed with the work. And in spirituality, you will try to get that, like do good to the society. When you create a job, somebody will thank you. And create a job who are in need of a job. Very rarely I've gone best in class student. Very rarely I've gone for the best business school campus recruitment. I always go for the people who just want an opportunity to prove their talent and give them an opportunity in the early stage in their life, and they become your asset. And just to give a small example, you will know what I was trying to tell you is that generally at like pre-COVID levels, I take about 250 flights a year, pre-COVID levels for the last 25 years, and I'm a Guinness World Record holder for the highest number of flights taken, commercial flights taken. So for the last 25 years, and the record as of now it stands in my name, and that's the number of flights I take. So every time I come to Bangalore evening at 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. When I was going home in the night, and there's one particular nationalized bank in the first floor, the lights are always used to be on. So every time when I see the lights are on, and one day, with the frustration, I went to the bank and I said that I want to meet the manager. And somebody told me that the manager in the first floor. So I went there in the first floor and I spoke to the manager, and I told him, I introduced myself, saying that, sir, I'm so and so, so and so, and I've come. I always, when I go from the airport home, I see this bank and this lights are always on here. So just because you are a nationalized bank, it doesn't mean that you can't switch off. Why not you switch off? Ask somebody to switch off the lights. Then he asked me, do you want to have coffee, tea? And he was a very pleasant person. But I was getting irritated. I said, no, sir, I just come here to tell you that. Then he told me, saying that, sir, I understood whatever you have said, but I just want to ask you one simple question. What made you to think that nobody was there at that point in time in this particular place where you saw the lights? That was my cabin. I got shocked, and I said that, sir, what did you say? He said that, yeah, I always go home at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning because I have a bad habit of not keeping anything pending in my life. And that was the day I shocked, and I told him, sir, I'm extremely sorry. I never believed that such can happen in a public sector undertaking. And now you are saying that you are there. So you work till 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock? He said, yeah, most of the times I work till 12 o'clock because whatever the clerk is not finished, or the manager is not finished, officer is not finished, everything I'll finish so that my branch on that day, all the works are pending. And my name is known for that. So his name was as a no pending person in the bank. So to that extent, I was surprised and shocked, and apologized to him. And I told him, saying that, sir, whenever you think of leaving the job or retiring from this bank, please join us, sir. Couple of months later, I got a call from him saying that, sir, I was impressed the way how you came and spoke to me. I've decided to leave this bank. Can I come and join? So he joined, and he did whatever the best he could do in our company. After retirement, he worked for about 12 years, in 15 years in our company, and that is what makes you to identify the talent. You need to identify the talent. You will get it. Like that, I can give you many examples where we have taken the people from known circles, unknown circles, but they have transformed their energy into the company. So you need to have a large heart to run an enterprise. You need to have a decent brain, but the heart has to be large. In other words, that you should be able to accommodate people's mistake. You should be able to understand that if they make a mistake, it will be in lakhs, but I make a mistake, it will be in crores. So if we make mistake, nobody will question you. Of course, the board will ask you the question, but before doing any big things, you will always take the board permission also. To that extent, when you make mistake, it is seen as a cost of learning. But when your employees make a mistake, it will be seen as a blunder. So you need to be very cautious about it, saying that no, they have made a mistake. They learn out of the mistake, and that mistake has costed X amount of lakhs or crores. And you inform them, and they will make good in the next project for you. So entrepreneur has always let go the things as long as it does not affect the brand image of the organization. And please note that in India, they are the people who create the jobs. Almost 70% of the Indian jobs are created by small and medium enterprises. Probably 90% of, I would say, unorganized sector are all, like entrepreneurs who are creating the jobs. So they are very important to the economy. And globally also, this private enterprises are the people who are driving the economy globally also. So we need them. We need the entrepreneurs. We need the entrepreneurs at all the time. And more than that, more than ever before now, because India needs 1 million jobs every month. And this is the pre-COVID numbers. Probably during COVID, it will have gone up by maybe another 20% more. So we need about 1 million jobs every month. And India may not be, it will be difficult for anybody to create a job at a government level, and it can only that can be done at a private organization level, like entrepreneurs. And the Startup India, the Stand Up India, the Atmanirbhar programs, and all these are planned or vision to create more entrepreneurs and more jobs. And today, the startup economy, what we have is doing extremely well. And I'm sure that in the years to come, we can become the startup capital of the world. Right now, it's in Silicon Valley, and we are in the number third or number fourth position in the world. But maybe in the 10, 15 years time, we can be the number one position as far as startup capital is concerned, because we have great education here, we have fantastic entrepreneurs in India, and the reverse brain drain is happening earlier in 70s and 80s, and all the intelligent people, when they get a job in US or UK, they left the country. But today's intelligent person in IIT or IIM or any of the institution, they want to stay back and do something in their life here in India. So there's not much difference between Bangalore and in San Francisco, because we are living in a world today is virtual. Today is the seminar. Otherwise, I'll have come the previous day night. I'll have stayed in your guest house. In the morning, I'll have given the lecture, and I'll have taken the afternoon or evening flight back to Bangalore. But today, sitting in my own office, I'm able to talk to all of you. And it may not have exact impact what you have in a physical presence, but it does communicate what you need to be communicated. There's no doubts in my mind. So world is becoming smaller. It's reachable at any point in time, and productivity is becoming more during this pandemic, because from working from home, you can manage the time with the US timing, with the UK timing, with the Indian timing, and with the Singapore timing, and with the Australia timing. And I've seen some of my friends are working for 18 hours a day because they need to manage all these markets. So the day starts as early as 6 in the morning and ends at 12 o'clock in the night. So this is how the productivity has increased. So today, entrepreneur, while the passion and the interest and the hard work are the same, but the way to do the business is different. And you need to upgrade yourself with the technology. You need to upgrade with the latest information what you have in the sector, And Google being there, most of your research can be researched through the free Google search. And you need to work very hard what you want to be, where you want to get in, and how you want to create out of that. And all I say for to become an entrepreneur is that please see the need gap in the society. A consumer need to have the need gap. And if you are able to find a solution for the need gap, you are already become an entrepreneur. You need to find that gap. And the solution is what you make the money, either it's a product or service. And anything which you do, please note that it should be better than the existing product or services. It should be cheaper than the existing product or services. It should be different than the existing product and services, and it should be convenient than the existing product and services. If you are able to get that right, you are already become an entrepreneur. Idea is probably 50%, execution is another 50%. You need to have the great idea first. And do not keep your idea as very secretive, very secretive, very secretive. It might become a real disaster because the 10 other people must have tried and they failed. And if you don't know that information, then if you say, okay, I don't want to tell anybody, I don't want to tell anybody, and if you go in a big way to launch that product or service, probably you will meet the same problem what others have met in the past. So it is better to talk about your idea. Don't have to give your intellectual property everything, but you have to talk about your idea with some focus group, some consumers, and try to see whether people like that idea. Most of the time, when you say that, okay, this is what I want to do it, if people say that, oh, that's impossible, don't even try that. Please do that. Chance of success is very, very high. When you talk to 10 people, if the 9 people believe that it's a great business, don't get into that, because they are saying it's great business because they understand the business. That's why they say great business, and that business will not survive. What survives is that 9 out of 10 people should have a doubt whether such things can really happen. No, 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 very difficult. It won't happen. Don't try that. That means that they don't understand your business. That's the right business to get in. And that's where your novelty will come in. So if you see any of the successful businesses of the last 10 years or 15 years, just see if you were to be them, if you had asked that to somebody, whether anybody will have agreed or believed in that. For example, if you were to talk about the Flipkart, if you talk about the Swiggies, if you talk about Indigo, if you were to say, okay, I'll take the flight at 500 rupees a seat or 1,000 rupees a seat, people have not believed. People have said, no, 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 you cannot become successful in that. But today, if you see the way how those businesses have transformed, if somebody says that okay, voice call will be free, people would not have believed that. But today, voice call is free. You can do all your WhatsApp call, like a free. So this is what the business is all about. So you need to understand very clear in your mind that what business you want to get in, how you want to do that, and what is your core competence, and what the strength you bring in, and what you know and what you don't know. And what you don't know, if you know, it is after half problem is solved, then you can get the people to do that work for you. So hardworking, there's no bypass in that. Your entrepreneur has to be that I'm willing to work 18 hours a day. And the entrepreneur who puts 3 hours, 4 hours, the business will go away from him. That's for sure. So you need to be very, very clear of that. And education, industry, and spirituality is a part of your business has to be in a way in which you understand. As I told you that I went to Wharton, I went to Harvard, I went to London School of Economics to study after I studied my CA and company secretary and law. That's my education path. Whereas my spirituality one, I've undergone Siddhi Samadhi Yoga, I've undergone Art of Living, all their programs. I've gone through all the Isha Foundation, Indian Engineering, including Advanced Inner Engineering by Sadhguru himself. I've gone through all the programs of Ramdev Baba. I've gone through Vipassana. So it gives you the mental strength. It gives you how not to get irritated. If you get irritated, then you can't do the business. If you lose your temper, you cannot do the business. You can't. And you cannot be predictable leader also in business. The moment people know what makes you feel good, what makes you not to feel good, then they know how to talk to you. So you need to be unpredictable. It's very, very, like you need to be laughing when you are supposed to cry. And you need to say, oh, it's okay, nothing has happened. It's no big deal about it. When crores of rupees have lost, you should be able to say, it's okay, we'll manage it. Don't worry about it. But you know within you, you know how painful it is. But when employees look up to you to talk to them, to motivate them, how can you be demotivating? How you could have been demotivated to motivate the people? So you need to have that mental strength. You can't tell people that, oh, today I don't have the moods, today I will not be able to talk. Okay, let me talk tomorrow. Then all of a sudden employees think that, oh, he doesn't have a mood, what happened to him, is he okay? But if you keep on telling like that, today no, tomorrow no, day after tomorrow let me try, then people think that, oh, don't know, yeah, when he'll call for the meeting, okay, let's wait for that. But when you are able to take the meeting with the same passion, if you are able to motivate, then people don't know what's happening inside you. For that you need to have that balance inside you, which is very, very important. So I always say that you need to have physical strength. You need to be physically fit. You should be mentally fit also. An entrepreneur is generally is extremely strong mentally. Nobody can upset him. Nobody can irritate him, and he will not allow anybody to, do that to him. If that is the case, then it's difficult to meet the competition. In Jyoti Labs journey also, it's not that the company invested 5,000 rupees in 1983. My chairman invested in 1983 5,000 rupees, and if that 5,000 rupees has become, say, $1 billion enterprise, it is a 30 long years of hard work of more than 3,000, 4,000 people, right? So this is what the value creation is all about. You'll be fighting. I mean, your 5,000 rupees capital will not become overnight 7,000 crore, but you need to work very hard. 5,000 rupees will become a lakh rupees, then 10 lakhs, then a crore, then 5 crore, and 10 crore, then it becomes a 7,000 crore. We took 17 years to build 100 crore business in Ujala. It took us 17 long years to build the first 100 crore business. But the next 5 years, we became 500 crore. The next 5 years, we became 1,000 crore. The next 5 years became 2,000 crore. This is how the journey, this is where you get the scale and you get that extra tailwind to build a business very quickly. When you are small, it is very, very difficult to grow. But when you get a size, then it's very easy to grow. The first 100 crore was 17 years. The last 500 crore was just 5 years. So this is what business is all about. You need to be knowing what you need to do, and you need to be doing what you want to do. And you need to walk the talk, and you should only talk what you have walked, because people are watching you. People are, just because they are employees, just because they are your vendors, just because they are your associates, they are watching you. And they know what you have said, what you have committed, and what you have delivered. So overall, it's work is worship, is what is written on in Vidhan Sauda, Kaya Keva Kailasa. That's what the enterprise is all about. So you need to build a business which meets all these boxes. And for me, work is life, and life is work. And put in 30 years of work now, and still I feel that like I can work for another 30 years. So that's the kind of passion one need to have, and the country is going towards a 5 trillion economy. Maybe 26 or 27, but definitely from the existing 2.7 trillion economy, we will be going towards the north, and we will reach the 5 trillion economy, maybe 26, 27, but that cannot happen if all of us, we don't grow. The cumulative growth of all of us is what the GDP is all about. So to that extent, we will be growing, and last 25 years and the next 25 years will be totally different. The last 25 years and the next 25 years, the difference will be 100 years, not just 25 years. The technology, the artificial intelligence, the robotics, the machine learning, and today's startup, the way how they're creating the wealth, the way how they're creating the value, the way how they are bringing the pride to the country makes a lot of difference in the next 25 years. And chances that youngsters becomes rich very fast is very, very high, and rich becomes super rich is chances are very, very high, and we are here to gain. So I want all of you to participate in this journey of entrepreneurship. If you want to fall in love with entrepreneurship, please fall in love. Where there's any time is a good time, and do something good. And the joy what you get in creating the jobs and giving them the salary, and when their children do well, that joy is much more than when your children do well. And that's what I always believed in, and I get the joy in that. And nothing to lose. Please have that attitude in you, and you don't have to be worried about anything else. And zero is a good number to start with. Anytime when you know how to start from your business from zero, there is nothing to lose in business. Now I'll take the questions, and if anything to be added, I'll add during the questions session.
Yes, sir. Excellent presentation. Thank you very much. As you have said, we have to dream big, and you have also said the government of India's requirement of to see that the India becomes the startup capital, and with you as a role model, with more entrepreneurs coming out based on your talk today, I hope that we can really come up to the expectation of our Prime Minister and the country. There are two questions to start with. A
Yes.
pharmacy student, postgraduate, Mr. Deepankar is asking whether he has to start any business in retail pharmacy market, and he wants to grow his business in franchise model all over the globe. What are the preparations and knowledge that he should have?
Very good question. One is that definitely he has to work as an employee in an organization which deals with the pharmacy at least for 3 years. Because as a student, getting into the business and trying to go globally, it will be very, very difficult, if not impossible. It's very difficult to attain that scale. So, ideal situation is that there's a long life and there's a long way to do what you want to do in life. Doing methodically, chance of success is very, very high. So you are a pharmacy student, so you are talking about the pharmacy, so that matters. The second one is that you want to get into entrepreneurship, that's the right thing to do. Third one is that when do you want to start it? Please note that the sun rises every day and sun like sets every day. It's not that you need to do it from day after tomorrow. Nothing will happen if you start after 3 years. But join the best pharma company in the world. Don't join best in the India, but join the best in the world. If you, with your idea, with your thinking, if you're able to get a job in a good pharmacy company, work there for 3 years. You will know what is going right, what is going wrong, and you also know in what way you can build a business, because idea and execution, there's a lot of difference. And to understand the execution skills, you need to understand your organization, and for that you need to work as an employee, and then start your own enterprise with the renewed thinking after becoming an employee, working as an employee in an organization, that too probably the best organization. Then what you need to do is that do it in a small scale as a pilot, maybe in one region, maybe in one part of the country, or maybe one state, and see the results. If it works well, then scale it up from one state to few states, one region to few regions, and finally you can go overseas. And franchisee model is the right thing to go forward, because you will be having asset light model, wherein the franchisee will invest the money, and you will be charging some franchisee commission, and they will be an entrepreneurs, so it becomes again enterprise of entrepreneurs, a good thing to do. But no franchisee will join you unless you make money and show them the money first. Saying, okay, I'm doing it in one state, I'm doing it in one district, this is what the kind of money which I'm making. So now all of you can make the money. And to that extent, you need to show them the possibility of making money. Then they will become an entrepreneur. I mean, a franchisee, not otherwise. That's my suggestion, sir.
Thank you, sir. The second question is from a faculty. She is asking about the relationship between the risk and the entrepreneurship.
Risk and entrepreneurship, risk is very high in entrepreneurship, no doubts. An employee, you have PF, you have ESI, you have retirement age. After that, you get pension, and then you always calculate what pension, and you adjust your life based on your income. So hardly any risk in an employee. But an entrepreneur, the risk is very high. If you do well, then you want to do much more, and you go places. So you borrow more money, and you borrowing money is not bad. It's one form of the capital, and is the lowest form of capital. I mean, if you're raising the money at 8%, 10%, if return on investment, return on capital is about 20%. So you are making money 12%, 16% every year. So the risk is high. If something goes wrong, then if you have pledged your house, that will go away. Your credibility, your personal guarantee, everything will be attached. And when we see success stories in the economic times, we also see the failure stories. Yesterday's success is today's failure, and past success is no guarantee for future. So we have seen successful companies of the past, going in a wrong way, and their profits have been attached. So risk is high. As long as you can make that analysis of risk benefit, cost benefit analysis, and take a calculated risk. Nothing comes without a risk. Even marrying an unknown person is a risk, but we are living happily with an unknown person because we just married. So risk is there everywhere, and manage the risk.
Sir, there is another question, academic point of view, whether he is an engineer or a medical person or a pharmacy. In our curriculum, we don't give importance on economics or see, in most of the things, business plan is required, financial analysis is required, marketing is required. For a startup company, is it always necessary that we should have a good chartered accountant and company secretary like you to advise or mentor any young budding entrepreneurs?
Absolutely required. Basic accounting, basic calculation of the ratios, and understanding the unit economics and scale advantage. If it is not there, they cannot start any business. And people cannot work on receipts and payments account. People have to work on profit and loss account. People should understand what the balance sheet is all about. People should be able to know that how to write a trial balance and what the right balance you need to have between the capital and the loans and the debt and the equity and kind of policies. So you need to know that. If you don't know that, you hire a person who knows that. And to question a person, you need to understand the basics of it. So to that extent, my recommendation is that people need to undergo the short-term courses on all this accounting, finance, and legal, and some corporate governance courses. It's available free of cost in the internet. You can go through that, and people should learn. I can always say that I don't know medical one. I can say that I can always say that I don't know how to operate on a person. That's acceptable to everybody. But if I can't say that I don't understand civil law. I can't say that I don't understand the balance sheet. I mean, no businessman can say that I don't understand the balance sheet. I don't understand the P&L. I don't understand the profitability. I don't understand the taxation. I don't know what is GST. I don't know what is interstate sales tax. I don't know export policy. I don't know what is import policy. I don't know what is anti-dumping duty. It means we can say still you can be not knowing that, but you can't become an entrepreneur. If a person don't know if importing from China is attracts 35% anti-dumping duty, which the government of India has put now, his business model will go haywire. It's 35% additional cost on raw material. If a raw material cost is 60%, 18% is more, and your margin is 10%, means you are losing 8% by importing from China. This is a simple. You don't have to be an accountant. You don't have to be, it's a simple 8th class arithmetic. This will not leave them saying that it's okay. No, it's not okay. You cannot. If you want to become a cook, at least you know how to make idli, dosa, vada. Otherwise, you can't become a cook. And that you don't have to go to a business school to learn idli, vada, dosa. Your grandmother will teach you how to do that. So to that extent, be practical. You need to know, and you cannot hide behind, oh, I don't know because I have not learned about it. Then you can't become a businessman. So they need to learn that.
Okay,
Otherwise,
sir.
they can always take outside help, sir.
Sir, we have a question
Mr.
from.
Kamath?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Can
sir.
I?
Please go ahead.
Yeah,
Please
Mr.
go ahead,
Kamath, first of all, thank you so much for being our resource person.
wonderful listening to you. You articulated the kind of mindset required for an entrepreneur so very well. And at the same time, also very happy that earlier there used to be a feeling that the more educated you are spoiled by education and you can't be a good entrepreneur. We always used to say that, successful entrepreneurs, those who have made billions, are those who are school dropouts or college dropouts and so on. But in the changed circumstances, I'm very happy to, as I was listening to you, I was very happy that you now recognize that in today's world, if you are to be successful, education is very, very important. The new education policy also recognizes that. Today what is required for the entrepreneurship to be developed in the universities is that you need to create a very flexible system, the flexible entry exit options and things like that. The new education policy recognizes that, and we are very happy that you are in our team now and you have been pushing to guide our university. What do you think should be a kind of academic program that universities like ours should be developing so as to nurture the entrepreneurial talent? What do you think?
Very, very good question, sir. I always said that the education institution and industry should marry. There should be a formal marriage between an industry and an education institution. What the academy or what the students will get is to see the real marriage, how it works in a Kalyan Mandap. What they have understood and what they see, how the rituals are happening, they're able to see, oh, this is what called the Muhurtam. This is what is called Abhijan Muhurtam. Oh, this is a 12:20. Oh, this is the priest. And this is the way how the bride will come. This is the way how a groom is coming. Or this is what the programs are. Or this is the way how the lunch is served. Or this is how the lunch is start from left to right, not from right to left. Or this is where we need to put the, like pickle. This is where we need to put the sweet. Everything, there is a process which they have understood for 20 marks. They will have understood that this is the way to serve the lunch, but they will never get it right unless they work in a kitchen, in a wedding hall. So what I'm trying to say is that industry and academia, if they marry, for example, industry can say that. What is that for industry? Industry can put their questions to the students, saying that, oh, this is the project. Apply your mind. Most of the time, good ideas come from innocent mind. Good ideas come from young minds. Good ideas will come from inquisitive mind, which is not there in employee today at all. If I put a question to my employees, they say, oh, this is the 17th questions I have got now. I need to answer 16, then only I can come back. And most of them, they don't have the time. Because they come from home with a box, they come to the office, they finish the work and they go with the empty box and they go home and they see the TV, talk to the children and try to solve the family problem, go to sleep and get up again, bring the lunch box and come to the office. Where is the time to think? Imagine a student, you give him a 1 week's time, they'll form a small group, they start thinking about it, they're talking about it, and somewhere the industry might get an absolutely out of the world idea that can we do like this? Wow, that's where they get $1 million idea. That can be put into their R&D, saying that, okay, this is what the kids are saying. Can we do this? Now there the bigger think tank will come and this will really explode the outcome of this. And most of the foreign university have this. In India, going to an internship, we recognize that when the intern comes, he is always on the mobile phone. The interns who comes here, you tell him that mobile phone is not allowed, he will change the company, but he will not change his habit. Now, what he wants is a nice report. And if I give him the earlier report of somebody, he's extremely happy. And he's working from home before coming this working from home at all. So the quality is also not there. But university like Nitte, if we can tell that we'll give you 40% marks, 50% mark, but this is what you need to do. Probably the curriculum, what they see there, what they understand the factory, when they work in the factory floor, when they see the union negotiation, when it happens, the practical what they understand is much more, and chances of they getting a job elsewhere is that much easy because they're able to correlate what they have learned. and the universities and the industry had to have that understanding that we work with this 10 industry, we work with this 20 industry. They are our industry partners. These are all the students. And when we get the students on board, let this industry experts come and talk to the students in the classroom. Whoever they like, let them take to the factory. And about 30 to 40% of their time in the 2 years, if they spend in the factory, they become better students, better entrepreneurs going forward, and getting a job is that much easier.
Sir, thank you. We are running out of time. Two more, sir, please. Please
Much
go ahead.
appreciated, and see, we have just begun a dialogue and on the industry academia partnership, and with your cooperation, I am quite confident that we will be pushing move forward. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
we'll
Thank
give it.
you. We have a question from Dr. Karnasagar. He is a Senior Director, Institutional and International Relation. He is asking, your company is successful in being on the top of this consumer product area, which is highly competitive. What, in your opinion, with respect to the R&D and innovation, and keep your products on top? Is there a need, and how you are moving in this direction?
Yeah, definitely without R&D, you'll not be able to successful in India. You cannot become a successful entrepreneur in India. Whatever the product we are, it is a better product, it is a differentiated product, it's absolutely mapping to any of the MNCs. That's how we are able to be successful. There's no doubts in our mind. I mean, you cannot be giving an inferior product to sell in the India. It's not possible. Indian housewife are the toughest person anywhere in the world. She wants more for less. She wants better for less. She wants the neighboring stores. So she talks about the product, promotion, positioning, placement, and also the product should be seen on the TV all the time. Even though she gets irritated when you see our advertisement many a times during our favorite program, but she also knows that, okay, my product is coming on the TV. To that extent, she wants you to spend more also. So it's not easy to manage this Indian housewife. And they are the decision maker. What do we do in Jyoti is that taking the consumer insight all the time. It is always our ears are grounded to the consumer insight. Keeping the consumer insight, what is that they want more? What is that they want more? What is that they want more? And keep on feeding that information to R&D. She wants this, she wants this, she wants this, she wants this. Now you take all our products, everywhere you see the consumer insight. Ujala came into birth because they were not happy with the blue. Because in India, people were made by this Robin, which is the British company, saying that blue is white and white is blue. And all of you, I know, when you are going to the school, you used to put blue in your younger days and you used to think it is bright. No, if you add blue to white, it has become blue. It does not become bright, it does not become white. So Ujala is a solution for that. If you want bright, you want white, and new color of whiteness is Ujala, and that's how we are having 82% market share, and the competitor is at 3% market share. So that's the innovation. You go for EXO, it's a dishwash bar. The difference there is antibacterial. India's first antibacterial dishwash bar is EXO, and that's how we have 22% market share. So to that extent, you need to be innovative in whatever we do, then only will stand out. And answer your question to the professor is that R&D is about 2% of your income you need to spend on R&D. You need to have a great scientist to help you. And you need to be giving them the brief based on the consumer understanding and consumer need gaps, and they need to find a solution. Ideally, for a growing company, you need to be launching at least one new innovation every year to be relevant at the marketplace. We have seen the companies who are great companies; they are not to be seen in the recent past. People who stuck to their own product, they will go out of the market. You must have seen Ambassador, and you must have seen Fiat, which used to be a pride in 60s, 70s, 80s. Where are they now? So you can't be getting stuck to the one product or one range of product, but you need to be going closer to the consumer all the time and be relevant to today's consumer, not yesterday's consumer. Yesterday's consumer, because of him, you came to the business. But because of today's consumer, you're staying in the business. Get ready for the tomorrow's business, then you'll always be in the business. And that's the mantra I talk about to our R&D people.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Last question, because many questions I am sure that our faculty and students will have more interaction. Sir, most of these middle income people who wants to become entrepreneurs, they have some self doubt. They have some fear of failure. These are the two impediments they take. So, what advice you will give to these young budding entrepreneurs?
Coming from poor class is an advantage. Coming from a middle class, it's absolutely advantage when compared to rich people, because we adjust to the income based on our expenditure, and we adjust to expenditure based on our income. So we know how to tally that very early stage in our life. So it is not a negative, it's a positive. I always say that taking birth as a poor person is a God's wish. Dying as a poor person, it's your foolishness. You can't blame anybody other than yourself, because God has given you 75 years. But if you still want to become poor and call yourself as a poor and keep blaming everybody other than you, that's your foolishness. So I always say, taking birth, forget about it. It's over now. But now you are living. You can do something in life. What worse can happen is, from middle class you go to lower middle class. From lower middle class you go to poor class. So what? There are many people. I mean, 39% of the population is below poverty line. So you add to that, doesn't matter to the country also, doesn't matter to anybody also. Take that risk. Have your self-confidence, and that can be taken, the input can be taken from your friends and relatives. If they think that you are good. But if you think that you are not good, then just become, like whatever you want to be, but don't try this entrepreneurship. It's a circus. So you need to be extraordinary. That extra is passion, hard work, self-belief, and you don't have the feel of failure. You need to have that. And once you fail 2-3 times, then it becomes a habit, sir. Then thereafter you don't have fear of failure. Best of the entrepreneurs have failed many times in their life. Only that is not published. When you see successful entrepreneurs, they are 10 out of 100, the 90 are failed only. No, sir. You only see the success story in Economic Times. If they start printing the failure story, then every day you need to read one book in Economic Times. Paper will not be sufficient. 16 pages will not be sufficient. So to that extent, you are not the only one. Many are there. But learn out of your failure. It doesn't cost you your failure. As long as you learn, it's a good position to be in.
Sir, thank you, sir, for your excellent presentation and motivating our young faculty and students. For a formal vote of thanks, I request our coordinator. Sir, Vice Chancellor, sir, do you want to have any remark? Sir, you are muted. You have to unmute.
Sorry. Thank you, Ullas, for the wonderful exposition of your journey. Really, we are learned, and it is really inspirational for our younger colleagues. Anyway, you will be part of our Institution Innovation Council. We'll be meeting very oftenly. I think we'll have some entrepreneurship workshops, or we can, as Professor Mudita has suggested, we can include entrepreneurship or apprenticeship in some of the programs. I think if possible, we will try to include within the new education policy and what is permissible to the universities. Definitely we'll work on that. Thank you very much for participating.
I am requesting Dr. Sastry, coordinator of this program and principal of Pharmacy College, to provide a formal vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, everybody. Ullas, I was supposed to welcome you, but I was tied up a little bit, so I welcome you, and it's my honor and privilege to say thanks for the wonderful, mind-boggling lecture. Because my students, I know by their feedback that they are waiting to get some inspiration, and you are the right person to do it, because you have your ears to the ground, as you have told, and also, of course, your idea to strengthen the mental fitness, that is the key. And as Vice Chancellor sir has told, our students, at least some 2%, 1% of our student community gets stimulated and becomes an entrepreneur. We consider it as a great achievement. In that journey, I'm sure your today's talk has given a lot of input to us and encouragement to us. Thank you very much, Ullas, for being with us. and continued support is required from your side. Thank you very much. And I take this opportunity to thank our Vice Chancellor, sir. Always he will be telling you, do this program, do that program. And he is such a restless man that unless we do something and show something, he never gets this one. I'm sure that after a couple of hours, he will get one more idea and he will ask us to execute that. Sir, thank you very much, sir, for pushing us and ensuring that we try to achieve the maximum out of our personal self and us from our student side. And also, I see the presence of Dr. M.S. Muditaya, our Pro-Vice Chancellor, who his innovative style a week back has introduced us to the new avenues or new possibilities with the new education policies. And being a management person, I am sure that those things what Ullas has told that we need to have some idea about the costing, some amount about management system. Though a pharmacist, a doctor, or a dentist should not say that we do not know. I think Dr. Muditaya will be able to. I mean, he's an in-house person who will be able to support us and steer us. Thank you very much, Pro Vice Chancellor sir, for being with us. And I also see the presence of our Registrar Madam. I thank her for her time, and the deans of all the institutions who have been very actively participating in the things. I thank all the deans of the various constituent colleges of Nitte deemed to be university. More than that, of course, it is Govindam Sriniketan sir, who has been, every three, I mean, at least I get 3 or 4 calls every day, after starting Institution Innovation Council. So we have to do this. I think he has already asked us to enthuse our students to give some innovative ideas in a short time. So anyway, sir, our students are really coming together now. I think 3 or 4 proposals they have done. Maybe in a week's time we will crystallize that. That is because of his push, what he wants to try to give to this. Thank you very much, Sriniketan sir. And also, I see the presence of Sadhna madam, who has been coordinating this work, and she is the person to bring the people together. And I also thank all the university authorities. I think our the Mahesh and other people who are involved in our connecting us together. Thank you very much. And with this few words, I thank all the people. And with a promise, I will wind up my talk that the innovation cell, we will try to make, sir, Vice Chancellor sir, that at least some proposals every year we will able to convert. And I know who is the better person to say be happy, because you yourself, I know, are trying to bring out a product. You are trying to become an entrepreneur. I know I am part of that. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, God bless you.
Thank you, Ullas and other